SHIT, shit. It really was. I wasn't getting on with my mum. I was running away, doing a lot of drugs, drinking.
Say it was wild before. Didn't know where I was going half of the time.
I didn't really have a lot of caring people around me at that particular time. I think I was an angry kid.
I was hanging around with a lot of drug dealers, a lot of boys who were older than me.
I was getting in a lot of trouble, being arrested all the time.
I used to just go out. Mum would say, oh, can you be back at this time? I'd be like, yeah, blah, blah. I never used to come back. Because I was just a little shit, basically.
Shoplifting, criminal damage, smashing things up, not going to school.
I got kicked out of every single school I went to.
I was excluded from mainstream school.
I felt like I wasn't listened to by anyone.
I was getting bullied and I just didn't want to be here anymore.
I don't think the teachers really understood. They just thought, she's mucking about, like she's doing this again, she's doing that again, send her home. Send me away from school and not try and get to the bottom of the situation of why I was acting the way I was.
Didn't really have much going for me. I didn't really have any ambition or anything back then. I didn't really want to be anything more than what I was doing then. Didn't really care about myself at that time.
We've got a little gym downstairs. Come on, girls, we're going down the gym.
Downstairs.
Come on, girls. Yeah.
Right, we're not dancing again.
What she did, mate.
Nice to say.
The thing is, we've got a... Yeah, but it's happening. Misrepresented is a Brighton Doma Festival creative learning project for young women aged between 13 through to about 24.
Misrepresented is for young women that are facing challenging life situations, whether it's through school, through family or home life community, offending, might have mental health challenges. We specifically reach out to those particular young women because they may have not had much opportunity to engage with the arts.
It's an arts project for developing self-worth, developing confidence.
It's using arts as a way of expressing what's going on around them or what's going on for them or, you know, wider world issues.
It's about cooperation, democracy, equality and sisterhood.
It's really important to create a safe space where the young women feel they can bring down some of their barriers, that they're not going to be judged, that they're valued, that they belong there, that they're welcome there and they're not going to be excluded. From a drama perspective, for example, if you create a character and you create all the different things that are happening for that character in their lives, you may not be talking about your own life, but you usually will draw on things that you're experiencing.
The experimentation and exploration of the creative mediums are part of the journey, which a lot of the girls might not have ever tried before.
Because it's through a character, because it's one step removed, there's so much more possibility to explore it safely and to really get in there and unpick some things that otherwise might be too difficult or painful.
But how long have they been here? Shocked? Might be a bit shocked.
8 months and she's got pregnant, she's 7 months pregnant.
Right.
Holy mother!
Yeah, they got pregnant straight away then.
It's led by the girls, they have total autonomy.
We've got a very open remit where we can explore everything really.
What we thought we could do next, but actually you might not want to do it. One option is that we pick one or two of the characters and really go into much more detail. But there's also the option to play around with some ideas with Kate and make some music. And like you could choose a character to make a song or theme tune or could be anything. So what, do you want to carry on working as a group or split off? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Eileen? So maybe in pairs or threes, come up with a line about the couple.
One line, yeah.
One line about the couple. Or it could be a couplet.
We've got some lines.
We've got some lines.
They're not in love, but they don't give a fuck.
You had some lines as well, didn't you?
He's worrying what he's got himself into.
Yeah. It's worrying what he's got himself into.
Oh, she's fucked because now he don't want to kiss you.
Ah! Sort of front.
So, yeah.
Writing songs or creating a piece of music allows them to voice exactly what's going on without being explicit, but it's a safe way for them to talk about it and to explore that journey without it being directly about them.
So we need another set of four for
Something
every
about
girl.
being excited.
Yeah! What was it like, you girls with babies, remembering that feeling of like what it was like?
What was it like?
It didn't feel real, right?
It didn't feel real. Everyone tells me it's no big deal.
Do you really love me? Do you give a fuck? Oh, he's really worried. What have I gotten into? I'm still just a boy. There's nowhere to run to. And I'm looking to the future. I'm feeling real scared. We just weren't thinking. I don't feel prepared. Feeling the pressure, run out of luck.
Yeah, I love that. There's many different ways the young women develop. I mean, for me, significant things might be seen as quite small to some people, but for us as a group, they're massive. For example, like someone just being able to come into the room on their own, turning up without having to have a phone call, not having to remind them, having something to eat in front of the group, speaking out loud in front of the group, drawing a line on a piece of paper. It's those little things. There's greater things as well in terms of development, but I feel like those really small things are the building blocks to change and are the start of growing confidence.
You know, it's incredible when having sort of observed those little changes, then someone might, for the first time, share a song that they've written, or just sing in front of the group, or and that's always amazing when that happens, and everybody's part of that and witnesses that and supports that.
Sometimes she drinks, she's under the thumb. Wants to leave her boyfriend, don't wanna be single mom. Scared to be alone, independent and fierce. Drowning herself in an ocean of tears. I'm a superhero, stripped of her powers. Living in shit and dreaming of flowers. I don't know who, cause he's frightened to trust. Happier days, left in the dust. The colour of the flowers, brighten her day. Feels like she is flying, they vanish the grey. She's a superhero, stripped of her power. Living in shit, dreaming of flowers. She's a superhero, stripped of her powers. Living in shit, dreaming of flowers.
Am I reading?
Yeah, start reading up there.
There are 15 reasons why I got kicked out of school, including bullying, fights, harassment, theft, threats, chasing teachers with a hoover, chasing teachers with scissors, and cutting a teacher's hair.
I know how it feels when the floor swallows you up. I know how it feels when you can hardly speak but there's so much I want to shout about. I have been bullied my whole life.
You two are recognising yourselves in each other, and that's why I'm thinking it might be nice that you then sit together here. So do feel free to kind of like look at each other and acknowledge what the other's saying, because you're both experiencing it. Do you think that's working? Do you feel it has? I mean, I'm feeling like it has a bit more depth than it had before.
I'm feeling emotional now.
Yeah. It is emotional.
Just looking back on it, like what the fuck was I doing?
I think you were releasing a lot of that's cool. That's
The space enables young people to work through issues and work out what would be useful to them. So I guess actually by doing art activities, things come out, and shared experience enables people to see that they're not alone.
That's why I started toughening up, because no one would bully me, everyone would be scared of me, no one would come near me. And all
so
that.
it was like you were actually protecting yourself in some ways.
Yeah, protection.
But then you didn't.
But I was hurting other
But then you
people.
didn't like how the effect it was having on other people.
I felt really bad.
The initial themes come out of just general conversation, really, and just exploring kind of just loads of different things that might be going on in individual lives.
Yeah.
And like if they've got stuff going on at home, then like talk to someone and then maybe you can get help and then stop bullying.
I actually wish I was God so I could stop all this bullying.
I've been coming to Misrepresented for I think 5, coming up to 6 years.
I've been coming for like a year and a half.
I've been coming to Misrepresented for about 5 to 6 years now.
I joined Misrep 7 years ago.
I was part of Misrep for 1 year.
I joined for youth offending as part of my order.
I started Misrep through the youth offending team. We had like a 12-week session, and just because it was such a good thing, I just carried on doing it.
I reckon we definitely need that other box of muffins.
I joined because, well, I don't know why I joined, but I got referred here because I was getting bullied and I was always getting into fights, so I was always starting trouble.
Okay, right, girls on top, look like you're having an amazing time. Yes! Thank you, thank you. So
Oh my god, it felt so exciting. Like when we were in the minibus, like just leaving, we were like, way, and then it got about halfway, we were all getting aggy and we were like, fuck, let's turn back now. But no, I was feeling so excited. I was like, yes girls, come on. I was like thinking in my head like, girls holiday, girls holiday.
The benefits of taking the show on tour have been vast, and mainly it's been about confidence. It's been about confidence building, it's been about going through the journey of being with a whole group of young women in the same space, in the same van. It's been about sharing their stories night after night.
It was really different to perform in different venues because some of them were pretty, some of them was like quite like not as pretty.
Some of the venues were really amazing, some of them were really small, some of them were really big. Loads of different variety.
I think with like the spaces, all the venues being different sizes, it was stressful until we done it.
I never quit.
Yeah.
I feel a bit sick to do this, I'm eating too much.
Misrepresent!
good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! Nice warm up. Well done.
The first show, I was really nervous. Really nervous, I don't know why. Literally, I thought, how am I going to do this? I was standing on the stage basically shaking.
It was so scary, I just didn't know what the audience would think. And I did forget some lines, but then I managed to bring it back up.
It feels just like a rehearsal now. Now I look back, it just seems like another rehearsal thing.
So nervous, but oh well.
First time I was bricking it, I actually thought I had to run off stage. I was that scared. But after that, it was all right. I just felt like I was talking to people who actually wanted to listen.
The songs I sang were kind of about my personal feelings. The song Invisible kind of means a lot to me because I kind of felt like I was a bit invisible and no one really noticed me anywhere.
Every day she feels low. Gotta get out of this life she's living, trying to shout. Every day she feels lost, but no one's looking. Can you calculate the cost of a life she's stuck in? She is invisible. No one notices when she cries. She is invisible. No matter how hard she tries, she tries hard.
It felt really good, and every time we went on to the shows, I was really nervous, but by the end of it, everybody would gain confidence by each show.
I really did think it was normal. Feeling anxious, depressed, can't help but shout. Moments of violence, volume rising. Children having a laugh 1 minute, next minute raging. I've started and I can't stop. I carry on and on and on. Ranting, negative energy, holding in so much in for so long. I'm shouting about things that happened months ago. I'm raging about things that happened years ago. I'm raging about things imprinted on me, some things I can't even remember. I tried to deal with it one day at a time, but it feels like I'm wearing a mask and I'm screaming inside. When you've got all these weird thoughts going on in your mind, how can you just stop all that? How can I stop getting angry and down over little things like a messy house? How can I stop showing my emotions through anger and self-destruction? This is what I'm used to. This is what I was brought up around. I don't know, constantly having to repeat the show and doing all the 12 shows all in one, it kind of helped me, helped me get everything out and helped me within my personal life. From just saying it over and over again, it just didn't feel like a thing anymore.
Me and Kaylee running around riot and just throwing things at each other, fighting and doing all this silly stuff that we mostly do at school. And then Kaylin jumped up and was like, stop. And then that's when it started.
There were 15 reasons why I got kicked out of school, including bullying, fights, harassment, theft, threats, chasing teachers with a hoover, chasing teachers with scissors, cutting a teacher's hair, walking up to people and hurting them, fighting every week. I was a little shit, I was the class clown, I was seeing red, I was excluded. My monologue was about my life and school and drugs and stuff like that. When I'm angry, it feels like there's someone taking over my body. Those nasty words coming from someone else. I don't remember what I say. It's not who I am, not who I really am. It's just that I needed help. I needed someone to talk to. Things weren't good at the time. I was smoking weed, drinking, then going into school.
I had done a drama scene that was about school and how I was getting bullied, and then how I wasn't going into classes, and I could be the bully sometimes as well.
I look up at the building. My stomach is filled with rocks. I walk along the corridor. I hate it. I open the door. I hate it. No one sees me, not the real me inside. I sit at my desk and ignore the occasional comment or name fired in my direction. My mind drifts off. I know how it feels when the floor swallows you up. I know how it feels when you can hardly speak but there's something you want to shout about. I've been bullied my whole life.
My nan and my auntie and my uncle came twice. They've never seen me be myself, and she was just I'm really proud of you. Well done.
On my phone every day, getting all this hate. All the likes coming on, making me feel great. Comparing how we look doesn't help me shine. Bring a fake smile, pretend to feel fine. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram all day. Some people say I should put it all away. Need to stay connected to my family and friends. When I'm online, the conversation never ends. Got a message coming through, come and meet me, what to do. Never met this guy before, hot photo maybe short. Should I be talking to this so-called friend? Telling me he's real, thinking he's a fake. Ping, another Facebook request. I press accept, need more friends. Will you be my blood buddy? Will you be my best friend? Will you be my soul buddy? Be that till the end. Cause with a friend like you, you're my security. Happy and comfy. Now I'm feeling so free. Now I'm feeling so free. Now I'm feeling so free.
When she'll run away from her foster carer, they said they'll send her to a secure unit because we can't keep you safe. When she didn't go to school, she was threatened to be put into a secure unit because we have your best interests at heart. When she got older and got really fed up, there were arguments and dramas. She used to get so angry. She learned to blame herself. She feels like she has ruined things. This is what she feels like she's been through. Maybe most people who have been through stuff or been in care feel it as well. She feels like she goes through stages and it happens all the time. Things will be good at the start. It will slowly deteriorate. Things start getting bad for her. She just thinks, fuck it. Might as well ruin the whole thing. She'll make it go bad and bad, worse and worse, until it ruins everything. Then it's the same thing again. It starts good for 1 or 2 months, then things go bad and bad, worse and worse, and then it starts again. She keeps thinking it's going to come, some sort of change, but then it doesn't. And then she's heartbroken.
Everyone I've ever hung around with had some sort of shit situation. Either growing up in poverty, around drugs or domestic violence. Mostly all the above. You see, you had all these angry kids out in the streets, hating on the world already, all fueled by alcohol and drugs.
Getting up on stage and actually doing the spoken word stuff that I've written it's a bit scary, but once I've done it, I feel like it's actually left me a little bit, so it's not actually such a big deal anymore.
We're all getting into trouble.
Dad left. Lost my sister.
Alcohol and substance misuse.
Hate my mum's new partner.
Mum was asleep most of the time.
Mum was constantly worried about meetings, thinking,
I'm gonna get my kids taken off me.
My baby was on a child protection plan as a neglected child before he was even born.
The impact of sharing my story has helped me get over the emotion that I felt for that thing at that time, and it's only once you talk about it and talk about it over and over, the emotion just isn't there anymore. It was in my past and it's over.
I've had social services in my life since I was young.
They've given me things I'd never be able to get anywhere else.
The first couple of times when we had written it down and got everything that I said written down on how I was going to be saying it, reading it all back, I didn't realise what I went through until I read that. And then once I performed it and then kept performing it over and over again, it just felt like somehow I wasn't that person anymore and I was just reading this story.
On paper, we were just all criminals, arrested for violence and shoplifting, with some ending up in prison. Behind all them offences were still those situations hanging over them as teenagers. The upbringing I had still unspoken and held within them, wanted to burst every time someone mentioned the word home. I look back to all them offences and I see a cry for help, wanting to be accepted and to be seen.
It's been so hard living this way. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know what to say. Stuck in a bubble. Couldn't get out. Feeling lost, feeling without. Baby boy, you're my joy. Baby boy, always my joy. Wherever you are my heart. Wherever you are my heart.
I don't want to be defined by the things that have gone before.
These eyes can be full of hatred, they can be full of love, feelings.
This mouth has offended so many actions, choices and decisions.
This heart has opened up to those who don't deserve it.
This heart blocks and pushes away.
I'm staying calm and trying not to lose my temper.
I am learning all the time.
I am more than a statistic or what you may read about.
I want to believe I can do anything I want to do.
I want to be able to inspire with my words.
I'm hoping for stability.
I want to love myself more.
I am who I am.
I am beautiful.
I have love in my heart.
I am sister, friend, daughter, mother.
It takes time to unravel.
It takes love for beauty to shine.
It takes a whole community and those who lead to change stigma and lead with love.
Who are the policy makers? How will these words reach their ears?
This heart has skipped so many beats, has felt so many feelings.
This heart is your heart.
Oh, I want to go back and do it again. I want to do it all over again. It was so fun.
Going away on tour with Misrep was amazing. Best experience of my life.
I felt good, I felt proud of myself.
Everyone loved it. Some of the people were even in tears. Like, they were like, that was so good, you've been heard, you could change young people's lives and all that. And hearing that was like, well, maybe Misrep has, like, how has Misrep done this?
I remember a response that we had in Manchester, and some man said that he felt healed by watching us.
I don't know what it's like for the rest of Misrep. All I know for me is like makes you feel well proud after.
It was a bit of an experiment to do the tour last year, and it had so much more impact on both the audiences and the young people than we ever thought.
The sharing of work is just so empowering for the young women, and I think they're always apprehensive, and then they do a show, they always come out just so elated.
I mean, the response from the audience has been incredible.
There's people like speaking up at the question and answer afterwards saying, wow, I've been through the care system where I've done this and I've never ever spoken about it, and you've given me strength for other people to tell the stories.
Being able to be on stage in those situations and be able to honestly answer without fear because of what they've just done.
It's been a really incredible experience, really transformational.
Performing these pieces over and over again has been a way of them letting go, just moving past it so that they can move forward, they can look to the next thing, to the next kind of performance. What else do they want to do?
My whole life has changed from coming to Misrep.
I've got confidence now, like I know I've got a voice now and people can listen to me.
Kind of realised that I had a bit more dreams than just sitting around on the same estate for the rest of my life.
Like, I've definitely matured since coming, and it's definitely made me see life in a different way, in like a more positive way.
I can see how far I've come. I can be who I want to be. Like, I've got to do it, I can do it. I just need to have the motivation to do it and the determination to do it.
Kind of given me a voice, and it's built my confidence up in a better way.
I started getting along with my mum, I stopped having arguments with her, and I just get along with my family now.
I've like cut all friendship groups, like I'm not with them people who I used to be with. I've like blocked them like out of my life, like I have nothing to do with them. I've stopped doing drugs, stopped drinking. I've got like better friends here now, like who are just like me, if you get what I mean. They're like better than the people I used to hang around with.
I've been pointed in the direction of where I want to go.
Before Misrep, I didn't really actually keep to anything and actually stick with anything at all. So for me, actually coming here consistently has made me have a little bit more, more encouragement to go out and actually do something.
A new tour, new songs, new drama, new art.
So since Misrep, I actually realised that I want to do youth work myself, actually work with young people and try and be the kind of youth worker that I had around me.
I think it's the little things that excite me more, of like wanting to drive and wanting to go places, take the children places and just do fun things.
School's very good, I'm not getting bullied now, I'm not self-harming, and it's all going well.
You can't really lose if you do it, you can only gain. You should do what you've got to do, be who you want to be.
You know what, ultimately that's what it's about. It's about trying to create opportunities for these girls, real opportunities that are going to give them a chance to flourish and grow and have a fantastic life.
Can you see me now? Running from the walls. Can you see me now?
Misrepresent.